Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're outside the train depot apartments we've been working on for a while now, checking on progress to see how they're doing and how much progress has been made. Now, to be honest, I have not been thinking about this project as much because we've had the liquor store, we bought 3 flips in the last couple of weeks, we bought another commercial property. We have a lot going on right now, and the liquor store has taken a lot of time as well, trying to figure out that whole debacle with the license being suspended and different things going on there. So we had some things to do in this area and stopped by to see how it looked, how much progress was being made. Now, it has people working here who should be self-sufficient without us, telling them exactly what to do all the time. And I guess we'll see how self-sufficient they were. This apartment is pretty much done, so that's good to see. You can see some of the baseboard is done now. We need appliances. But otherwise, it's pretty much good to go. And these places were awful. Just awful. If you didn't see the before videos or the first videos, I'll link to those below in the comments. But they're so much better now. And it'll be interesting to see how the other ones look too. Now, I wish we could have put a bigger vanity in there. But for code reasons and how much room your toilet has to have, unfortunately, we just had to put a tiny one in there. A lot of people also commented and said, you don't have tubs? I'm like, no, we don't have tubs. It'd be very tight fit for a tub. Those are pretty narrow bathrooms. And we actually have quite a few apartments that just have showers and haven't had an issue with that. So would a tub be nice for some people? Yes, but unfortunately it doesn't work in every situation. The Ocho, for instance, has 2 bedrooms, 2 baths in each unit. And none of those have a bathtub. They're all just showers, and much smaller showers than that too, and we have no problem renting those. We also obviously need some outside work. We were waiting for a welder to come check out these stairs. They never did, but I actually have another welder coming very soon, so we'll see what they say. I'm looking at this one. The baseboards are not done on this one. Our kitchen is not done on this one. Not as much progress here. The rest of it does look pretty good. People also comment on, why do you have dark doors and white trim? It's just way, way easier to paint the trim the same color as the walls, but then you can still get some contrast with the doors being painted dark. And we've done that on a few of our apartments as well. And I think it looks pretty good, and people don't really notice the trim is the same color. Now, I did see a flip that was for sale. Someone else had flipped a house the other day, and it had all white everything. The trim, the walls, the doors, everything was white. And I thought that looked a little bit cheap or weird, but I think if you add the doors, then that adds enough contrast to kind of not just have everything white. Now, you may have noticed we did have new doors on the other units, or some of them. There's one on the right, not one on the left. Hopefully we get a new door on the one I just went in. But yeah, the middle units kind of have a hallway that goes into what will be the laundry room at one point. And part of that delay is on me figuring out what machines to do. Although now we should be able to do something, because we have our shop where we store a lot of our materials, including lots of old washers and dryers from the laundromat. Have a lot of machines that we weren't able to test or know if they're any good or not. I did have my guy put in water and a drain so that we can now test those machines. So that will make it much, much easier to figure out what we have, if it works or doesn't work, if we can test it in that shop, instead of having to take it somewhere else, not knowing if it works or not. So now that I think about it, that'll be way easier. All right, looking this side of the depot still has a lot of work to do. We're hoping to kind of get one side done before we start working on the other side. It's kind of happening that way, but I know there's still some work being done on the one side. But I know if you're doing some things like installing windows or different things, it's nice to do it all at once. You don't want windows just laying around, because they tend to get broken if you do that. And if you did notice, I think almost all of our windows are in now finally, which is good. I know one actually was broken earlier and they're waiting for it to come a replacement window to come. Down here, we have one door replaced and the other one not replaced. So yeah, in a way they are doing what we asked with trying to focus on these units. Think we're still waiting on a kitchen for this one, obviously. It's been getting slow again to get supplies from Home Depot. In general, things have really slowed down lately. After COVID, it was crazy slow, just awful. Then things got better, and I feel like lately it's been getting really slow again. So we have to make sure we order stuff way ahead of time. And there was a lot of work that was done behind the scenes as well. So while it doesn't look like there's a ton of work being done, this building was in pretty rough shape. Not pretty, it was in really rough shape. And we are slowly making some progress here. And these units do look a little better too, so they're getting close to being ready for kitchens. Close, not all the way. It looks like we had a gopher in here. So, oh, that room is still partially black. I think this was the creepiest unit when I was in here to start with. Just, it felt really weird. Black walls definitely don't help with that. So, I was waiting for the plumber to sneak behind me because he's getting a shower base into this one. And that's also, causes delays on these projects too, because we do have to wait for plumbers, HVAC sometimes, different subs, different people to come in and do their work before the main people can come in and do their work. So while they're waiting, sometimes they might go work on other stuff they can work on, like other units, instead of just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. So in that point, now that I'm talking about it, it does make sense to do some of the work in the other units if you can't do work on the ones we're trying to finish up right away. And this one's making more progress too here, because it was pretty much had nothing going on last time I was here. And window is going in. All right, so we almost have all of the windows in, almost. And I didn't notice this in the other parts of the building, but there's like an outer wall and then also an inner wall over here. The bathrooms, I don't know if they had that. Maybe. Like I said, this is a very old building, over 100 years. I said this in other videos, not this video, but over 100 years old. That was moved over here from a few blocks away. It was the old train depot in Alt, Colorado. They built kind of a cinder block or concrete lower level, and then stuck this on top of it for the upper level. So that is the story behind it. And we did confirm it is a train depot and figured all that out. Went in the attic, and I have some videos on that too if you want to look at our playlist. It shows all of the videos here in the train depot. So I don't know if that had something to do with the double walls or why they had double walls like that. Not sure. Does that one have that one almost has double walls too. Interesting. I don't know if they thought it was easier to just reframe instead of go over plaster, but that seems crazy. I don't know. Well, lots of mysteries in this place, that's for sure. And a whole lot of stuff in here. Oh, more gophers. A whole lot of stuff in here too. Okay. So progress being made. Could always be faster, but hopefully soon we'll have some units far enough along to rent. And if we kind of have them on one side of the building and we're doing construction on the other, hopefully it won't be too disturbing. Hopefully we get these stairs fixed pretty soon. We do need to figure out what to do with the outside. I don't think this color is very amazing. So still a lot of work to do, but making progress, and hopefully much more progress will be made much sooner. And of course, we'll have more updates on the liquor store, laundromats, other flips, all that coming up soon as well.